Hi guys, this is a short video about the control panel that I built. The model railroading control panel video I showed and I have posted on YouTube needed some revisions. So this is a short video followed by a second one. This one will explain why I needed to update the control panel and what I'm going to do to update the control panel and what I have planned for the future. Okay? So let's get started. Okay, this is the original control panel in the first video I did on control panels, and basically all it is, if you look at that video, is a PowerPoint slide or a PowerPoint generated piece of paper that's been laminated at Staples onto laminate and then backed up by a piece of aluminum. In this case, it's about 90 thousandths thick aluminum. And for this N-scale railroad, I use primarily Kato turnouts and track. So these are the switches I use, and then the push buttons activate the actual turnout. So you can see here I have quite a bit of turnouts on this main part of the layout. There's something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about a dozen turnouts right here. Now on the left hand side there's another control panel for the yards. There's a yard here, you can see, and there's a yard here. So there's probably another 12 turnouts in this yard. So we have a total of about 20 to 24. Now I expanded the layout because I wanted to have a large yard. I wanted to have more trains without having to, pull out drawers and boxes and put them out of storage. So I made this very large yard over here. And this yard has about 21 tracks in it. And that involves about 27 more turnouts. So we're talking probably upwards of 50 turnouts. And obviously if I added this yard to the control panel, I would have to buy stock in a switch company, which I didn't want to do. There would be so many switches, plus it wouldn't fit on either one of these control panels. So what I decided to do was scrap these control panels and put the switching into JMRI. That way, when I wanted to, it solves two problems. Gets rid of all the switches and push buttons. And secondly, if I wanted something to go to a particular siding, like here, or over there in the distance, you can see maybe there's a bread factory, Wonder Bread Factory. I can just have JMRI route it to that particular siding with a push of a button. So that was very attractive. So what am I planning to do? Let's take a look at what the new control panel will look like. Okay, right here you can see what I'm proposing for the new control panel. Now there's no switches, as you can see, because that's controlled, or turnouts, because that's controlled by JMRI. So what I'm going to have is several power switches. These are toggle switches. They're going to go like this. And why are they going to go sideways? So I'll have room to put a legend here and a light. So this is main power. Then the next one is going to be booster power. The next one is going to be turnouts. Why do I have those sequentially? Because one of the known problems with the Digitrax DS64s, which I have a bunch of, and now 74s, is that if they're off for a while, if you don't sequentially turn on the power after the DCS52 main controller, they start flipping randomly. So by this way, I can turn on the main power, then the booster, then the turnouts, and I've tried this, and the turnouts don't go crazy. I don't want to have 50 turnouts all automatically or randomly switching themselves around. Then I got the power for RPI, which is the Raspberry Pi that I'm running the JMRI on. I don't want to use a full computer. I tried that. I did it. It's kind of overkill. The RPI works just fine. A lot of times I won't need the RPI, so I'll just I may not be using JMR. I might be doing everything manually. So I don't want to have that come on automatically. Then there's the switch for the lighting, which is kind of optional. 12-volt lighting, and I have 24-volt lighting with lights. The sound, which is the Paragon sound for Broadway limited locomotives. And then I've had, a lot of problems sometimes in the beginning of this layout measuring track voltage. So I bought these. These are two digital meters, voltage meters, and each one of them is going to go to one side of the track. So I'll have both sides here, and they're going to be here and here. So I'll be able to monitor the voltage on both sides of the track with these babies. Then up here, I have the yards and sidings. Why do I have these? These are switches, because there are many times when the locos just sit there and they draw current and they're not being used. So this will turn off the various yards and sidings when they're not needed. Then here is block power. What that is I have some circuit breakers, and when the circuit breaker, I got them set up manually, so when the circuit breaker blows, it'll tell me which block has blown, and these yellow switches below here, these are push buttons, will reset that particular breaker after the fault is cleared. Then I have my switch for program track off, or on the convert that track to a main circuit, so it's the same as a main. And then I have a couple of uncouplers. I only have two, but I put two more for expansion. Also, the block power also covers a couple of reversing loops. I have two here. I have the PSX AR reversers, and they'll indicate when there's a short. So the main power won't go down, but that circuit will go down. And then again, I'll have buttons, push buttons that will reset it. Again, it's going to be same deal as before. If you looked at the other video, it's going to be laminated. This is a PowerPoint. Laminated and then backed up by an 090 aluminum sheet I bought on Amazon. I found 1/8 is too thick. The switches won't fit through there. Some of the miniature switches. 090 is perfect. It's not cheap, but it's available on Amazon. I think it's about $14-15 for the sheet, and it's about 9 inches by 12, and that'll replace the main control panel I have, and then the other control panel will also not be needed, will go away, and I will have probably an iPad or something there for connecting to JMRI. So that's what I have. Let me know what you think in the comments below. The second video of this I'll show you how I made out with drilling this whole thing out and with the actual components on it, and we'll see how it works. I've got just about all the turnouts converted over to the quad stationary decoders, either the DS64s or the DS74s. So if you like this video, please check like and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much for watching.